Bear, Don and Paula Carter Mixed Doubles is brought to you by Lumber Liquidators, hardwood flooring for less. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By the United States Bowling Congress, the all-new bowl.com, your online source for all things bowling. Log on to bowl.com today. And by Bear Aspirin, a heart-healthy lifestyle begins with you. The makers of Bear Aspirin encourage you to be your own advocate and talk to your doctor today about your heart health and ask if aspirin is right for you. Visit lamproheart.com to learn more. This week's tournament named for bowling legends Don and Paula Carter. Don was named the 11th greatest bowler in PBA history. His wife, Paula, won the 1971 and 75 U.S. Women's Open Championship. Don, a six-time Bowler of the Year, parlayed his lane success to a stint on Madison Avenue.
Bowlers love light just as much as football. That's right. And we also love the easy opening can. You sure do.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
Don, a charter member of the PBA, and Paula currently reside in South Florida. I think I could watch Miller Lite flashback commercials all day long. A little takeoff on the Deacon Jones ripping off. They need to bring that back. If I was working for them, I'd bring that back.
I think they should bring Don back and have him do another one.
Tremendous. So, up steps Brian Voss. He and his teammate Deandra Asbeatty perfect through 5, looking to crack open a 6-pack appropriately enough.
Wow, I love the way you just kind of made those two mesh.
It all comes together. I can't tell if Brian's into this or not today. Have you seen anything to enlighten me?
You know, he hasn't won since 2006, and he said, I want to get back to the winner's circle. I don't care if it's a doubles tournament or a singles event.
Voted the 13th greatest player in PBA history last season was Brian Voss. Is an exempt player on the tour this season via the Golden Parachute exemption from the PBA. Here's his teammate, Deandra Asbeatty, trying to remain perfect through 7. And she achieves that. Now, you know who knows the wood today?
Who's that?
Brian Voss, Deandra Asbeatty, and Randall Peterson.
Thank you, sir. 39 feet in length, scorpion pattern. We put out a little extra goo in the front part of the lane this week, and what that extra oil did was it helped the players get to the break point more consistently, thus creating higher scores, as we are seeing. And you got to love the carpet.
And you see it there on the right side of your screen. That shows the crowd what the oil pattern looks like, what the bowlers are dealing with. Jody Wessner, bottom of the 7. Come on, 7-pin. First time she has not struck in this match. And your 4 seed's a little bit of trouble right here.
Yeah, and they can strike out to shoot 259. And 259 usually is a pretty good game. But they're going to get run over by Deandra and Brian Voss.
If you go over to PBA.com right now, you can submit your More of What Matters to You fan question of the day, sponsored by One A Day, and it will be directed to Jason Belmonte, who's part of your #1 seeded team today. Western cleans that one up, so head on over there to PBA.com, click on the One A Day logo, and fire off your question, which we will read live to Jason later in the broadcast.
Man, I wished I could fire a question to Jason. You know what I'd ask him?
What would you ask him?
What's a dingo?
Really? That's what you would ask him?
No, I'd probably ask him something about how to throw it with 2 hands.
Ask him about his cool sunglasses.
Yeah.
JasonBelmonte.com. He's got some great gear over there. Here's Tom Smallwood in the 8th, working off a spare. Way right.
All right, come on, get 2.
Could have been a lot worse.
Well, we talked about the oil pattern and how it was conducive for higher scores, and normally that means that you have a little bit of room left and right of target, just not that much room. That was wide right all the way, and honestly,
that's lucky that stayed.
Yeah, I mean,
up.
He's lucky he got 8.
Well, his team underdog, they remain clean, but they remain well behind Brian Voss and Deandra Asbeatty. And Voss getting set to step up in the 8th. They have been perfect through 7. Trying to keep his team perfect through 8 frames.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Right of target, and there goes the perfect game.
8's fine. 8's fine.
Well, it was a nice run. And they're in the 250s. All they have to do is remain clean, and they will win this match. And Brian was extremely excited to watch the 10 get kicked late.
Brian entered the week 41st on the PBA point list. This finish will certainly improve that position. This is 8th doubles TV show. 4 times he's been a runner-up. No wins. As his teammate from Chicago, Illinois, Deandra Asbeatty, steps up. And Deandra has been the only one who's been perfect of our 4 bowlers so far. Nothing but strikes from the 29-year-old.
Well, here's the deal. Jody Wessner, Tom Smallwood need to strike out to force Brian Voss to mark in the 10th frame. They can shoot 247. Deandra Asbeatty, Brian Voss going at a 258 pace. Big scores. I love it. Nothing like bowling mixed doubles and throwing a lot of strikes.
The head pin was Jody on that one.
Yeah. And this match is going to BV and Deandra Asbeatty. They don't even need a mark in the 10th now. Right through the nose, leaving the 310. Spare here, the best they can now shoot 235.
Oh, nice pickup by Jody.
While we have a moment, let me give a shout out to my buddy Timothy Costello. He's a regional player out of New Jersey, and he's battling cancer. Hey, buddy, get well soon.
Smallwood here to begin the 10th. 3 straight spares for his team. Make it 4.
Well, sometimes the big hook ball can be your nemesis, as that bowling ball goes right by the 9-pin, that big back end reaction. And you know, Rob, sometimes I have trouble picking him up with that camo shirt.
Can't see me. Jody Wessner was cracking on him yesterday. Like, I feel like I'm bowling with just like a guy who's got elbows and forearms. I can't see him. I don't know where my teammate is. So last ball of the day for Team Wessner and Smallwood. Tom pack his bags and head on over to Indianapolis, where practice begins tomorrow for the U.S. Open Championship. Good finish for Smallwood.
I'll tell you what, Rob, win or lose, bowling a doubles competition is one of the funnest things that I've ever done throughout my career. Whether it was a mixed doubles with the ladies or back when I used to bowl with my doubles partner, Tom Kreitz, who lives nearby in Loveland, Colorado. It just meant that much more when you bowled well and you made a show.
I love the team aspect of it. You don't get much of that in bowling, at least on the pro ranks. Sure, you have that in the collegiate level, but
right. And when you do well, you have someone to celebrate with, you know. And when you're not doing so well,
you have somebody to blame it on.
You've got somebody to kind of kick you in the rear and get you going, and and tell you, hey man, chin up, let's go.
Voss drops 2 in a row there. He's got one more, and they will move on. And move on in commanding fashion as well.
One more, they'll shoot 278. Alternate frame. It's not too shabby.
Again, they open up, dropping a 7-bagger.
Good spot for that.
276, 224. Your final. Voss, Asbeatty, move on.